Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a bit of an update video. I want to just have a chat about what's been going on with the channel and some of the things that we're going to change and some of the things that haven't been happening and blah blah blah. It's unit loss news, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested in seeing what's going on with the channel, a little bit of information on kind of what goes on behind the scenes, then this is the place to be. Okay, so HOTFIX, let's talk about this first. Now, as you know, we changed the way we do HOTFIX. So instead of it being a show which just focused on one topic, so HOTFIX of old was basically we take a topic. So in the day, me and Mr. Kirioff be going about our business. We'd see a topic and think, you know what, we should discuss this. We'd get together, we'd record it, and that would be the video. But generally, it would be on one topic. I think there was a few examples of it being a few topics, but generally it was just one. And it would go out straight away. So it's very much like a reactionary thing. Alright? But we decided about a month ago to, instead of doing that, let's make it a regular thing. On a Thursday, we're going to live stream it, but because it's regular, and the idea for making it regular was everybody knows when HOTFIX is going to go live, so you won't miss it. You can kind of plan for when it's there. Is we cover all of the news that happened in the last 7 days. Well, the main news, the stuff that we would have made a HOTFIX on anyway, but instead of actually doing an individual HOTFIX, we kind of wrap it up into a HOTFIX that's maybe 3 or 4 topics long, so we go over an hour in length. And we have this idea called HOTFIX Reborn, which I think works okay, but there's a couple of problems with this. Now, what exactly is this? It's kind of a unit loss podcast if you think about it. In fact, I even called it a podcast on episode 4 of HOTFIX Reborn. I kept referring to it as a podcast. This was like a subconscious thing, but it kind of is. Now, I still want to do this, okay, but I don't think it works well being HOTFIX branded because it's not really a HOTFIX, is it? So I think what we're going to do is we will continue doing a live show on Thursdays, but instead of it being HOTFIX related, it will just literally be the Unit Loss podcast, and that is it. And me and Mr. Curie will talk about, it'll be slightly different to the HOTFIX Reborn format, so it won't be like a couple of topics that we speak about. There'll be topics in there, there'll be news, we'll talk about what games we've played. It'll be a general podcast thing, we'll have a bit of interaction with the chat, maybe we'll do something over Twitter while we've got it going. But that's where we're going to go with HOTFIX, okay? So the original HOTFIX format, where it's the one topic and it's very reactionary and we make the video quick, that's coming back on the channel. So HOTFIX is kind of going back to the way it was, but after this little experiment we are going to continue doing a Unit Loss podcast thing, which will go out on a Thursday at 6 PM GMT, and then the subsequent VOD will go on the channel the next day on a Friday. I think that works well. But again, we'll have to put this through its paces and see what happens. But I think we're going to probably get the best of both worlds, so we'll still get the good, fast HOTFIX of old, and then we'll get a more detailed kind of podcasty thing. Because I know people like listening to me and Kiri talk, because we are pretty crazy. And generally that's what people have come to Unit Loss for anyway. Unless they're just mentals. And they're probably mentals, and well, yeah, that would make sense. Anyway, next topic, because this is all professional, and I've actually got a Word document. Oh, baby. Alright, so let's talk about the stream. Now, I had grand plans for the stream. I was going to be streaming quite regular, and this month has been really, really good for games. There are tons of games that have come out. Assassin's Creed, which probably wouldn't have been streamed. It maybe would have featured in one stream until it was deleted off my hard drive. It's terrible. Far Cry 4 probably would have went the same way. Dragon Age Inquisition as well. These are all games I would have streamed, and I was looking forward to streaming them actually. However, I had some hardware problems. My Gamewood 780 Phantom. Okay, now Gamewood are not the best company for RMAs, right? And you'll understand why I'm going on about this, because it'll all make sense in a jiffy. So an RMA is when you return a product that's broken for a replacement. However, Gamewood sell these Phantom Edition cards which are super silent, and I mean really, really silent. And to me, I need quiet, because if any kind of fan noise is going off, you can really tell on the microphone, and it kind of messes it up. So I paid a little bit extra money at the time. This was at the start of the year, in January, when I put this computer together, and got the 780 Gamewood Phantom Edition thing. However, it broke, and it broke a couple of weeks ago, and I sent it back. It was confirmed as being broken, and it's currently at the supplier in Germany, and it's probably going to be another week or so, I'm told by Scan, who are the guys who have bought it off, when the replacement will be back. Now, why does this matter with the stream? Because really, on the face of it, it shouldn't make any difference, because it's just a graphics card. And I do have my 7950 from my old computer, which is kind of my backup card, which is like a lower mid-range card. It's okay. It's not super amazing, but you know, it gets the job done, and it's allowed me to carry on keeping videos. So let that be a lesson to any YouTube content creators out there. Always keep backup components and stuff, because you never really want downtime. That's terrible. Anyway, there are problems with the 7950 and OBS and the way I stream. Alright, so I can only have 2 monitors plugged into this because of the way it's set up with the outputs on the card. I can't actually have my triple monitor set up, which I am very used to for streaming, and it really does help for streaming, but 2 monitors is okay. However, with OBS running and games running, the display driver will crash. Now, this is pretty bad because if OBS is running and the display driver crashes, it will turn the stream off. Now, this happens seemingly at random points with this card. It's probably a sign that the card is most likely on the way out as well. Although I have spent quite a bit of time trying to remedy this situation, reinstalling the drivers and all kinds of stuff, even using custom drivers and all God knows what. And even I used XSplit as well, and it was the same problem with that. So essentially what would happen is, while it can stream, after an indeterminate amount of time, which could be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or an hour, it will just die. And that will be really, really pissing annoying. So I've decided to hold off from it until I actually get my old card back. Well, until I get a replacement of that card back. Because I know that's a solid card and will do the job until it dies. I still don't know why it died. And that's when I'll start streaming again. Because I really, really want to stream. It's really killing me, guys. Like, I've got the urge to do it, but I can't. I can do it, but it might crash. That's why I've been getting away with the podcast. I'm still calling it the podcast, but the HOTFIX Reborn is because it doesn't actually have any game, like no games are running, so the graphics card's not actually being used. That's why it doesn't crash the stream. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about this war of mine. Now, this is a thing. This is a problem we've been having quite a bit on Unit Lost, and I don't want to bore you guys with a load of details, but if you've lasted this long, like 6 or 7 minutes into this video, then you probably want to hear this. So, Let's Plays. Now, we've had a bit of a strange relationship with LPs, and initially the idea was, forget going back to the Civ ones and all the rest of that stuff. The recent idea with Let's Plays was we are going to make a Let's Play, of a game, but the idea is we'll only record 3 or 4 episodes and we'll see what happens, and then we'll decide to stop it or carry on. On paper, this isn't a bad idea, right? So, if think of it from my point of view. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I've only got Kiri for a certain amount of hours a week, so I have to really work out what I'm going to do with him, and I have to plan in advance. So I think to myself, okay, I'm going to take Kiri aside for an hour and a half of this War of Mine recording, right? Then I want him to go away and start playing Dragon Age Inquisition, because he's really looking forward to that. And he's currently working on a very detailed video on that as well, which is great. Okay, so I think, okay, Kiri, his time's being used effectively, that's great. The Let's Play, though, I'm watching it throughout the week, and I'm like, okay, I don't think it's doing that well. I even posted on the forums, and I said, look, I don't think I'm going to carry on doing this Let's Play, because I think it's kind of died. Because the viewing figures are not amazing. Alright, but the problem is, guys, viewing figures on Let's Plays are only ever what they should be on the first episode, and then the subsequent episodes, it does decline. But, I mean, we're at a point where we're getting about 1,500 views per episode. That's not that bad, though, considering what it is. It's just a straight-up Let's Play of this War of Mine. But you could insert any game there. Now, the reason why this is good on paper for the content creator is because, oh, well, you know what? If it doesn't work, we can be really adaptable, and we can just get rid of it and do another game, and that's fine. However, think of it from the viewer's perspective, Mr. Stylosa, you fucking idiot. Because what does a viewer like? The viewer likes to see a story completed, doesn't they? What is the worst thing possible? Well, the worst thing possible would be you're sitting there watching your favourite series, let's say The Blacklist or The Walking Dead or whatever. You're watching it and suddenly it ends halfway through. That is quite bad, and that you're going to be angry, and I don't want that. So what we're going to do now, from now on, and you've got my word on this, whenever we start a Let's Play, we will finish it, regardless of what's happening. We're not going to go in with this mentality of like, oh, well, if it doesn't do well, we'll just stop. Now, there is a little bit of a disclaimer I want to throw out here. If it is really poorly received, then yeah, obviously we'll stop. But if it's like the case of this War of Mine, there are a lot of people enjoying it, but I'm sitting there thinking, well, it's not getting the sort of views I wanted it to get, and then I decide to can it. That's not good, because that's going to piss you guys off who are enjoying the series. So what we'll do from now on, whenever we do a Let's Play, we will finish it off. Because as other examples are Xenonauts as well. This was a Let's Play which I committed to, and then it became clear that it's going to take a hell of a lot of time to record the episodes. And it wasn't really getting that many views anyway. It really had tailed off towards the end. But again, I'd committed to it, so I should have finished it, but I didn't. But I don't want that to happen again. That's why this War of Mine did take a couple of days off while I was working all this out, but it will be back. Alright guys, that's kind of where we are right now with the channel. So just a quick recap, we are going to go back to the old way we used to do HOTFIX, so it'll be the one-off hot topic, that's why it's called HOTFIX. And you'll see that cropping up throughout the weeks as well, it's random, it'll just pop up whenever a topic shows its head. We will do a podcast on Thursdays instead of HOTFIX Reborn. I'm still working on the format of this, but it will definitely go ahead this week on Thursday on twitch.tv/unit lost, and it will be at 6 p.m. GMT. And yeah, it'll just be a straight up podcast for maybe an hour and a half, something like that. It's not going to be insane. It's not going to be like 4 or 5 hours long, but it's going to be enough for us to have a chat. And we are going to work on user interaction. And this will then be pushed to the channel on Fridays in case anybody missed it. So everybody's got a chance to view it. I'm going to say right now I'm probably going to stop the SoundCloud version of it. Now this is because I don't have a professional SoundCloud account. I'm just using the free account. Maker should have got me one, but they're telling me there's problems with it and all kinds of stuff. So I'm limited to what I can upload to it, and it's sort of starting to delete old stuff and stuff like that. But I'll see. But there'll definitely be the Twitch VOD and the YouTube channel video version of that. And Let's Plays, like I said, we will finish them. We will not just stop, because it's not really that difficult for us to do. Because me and Kiri, we just play games and record our commentary over the top. It's easy for us to do. But if we can find extra time to do it, then we'll make sure that, well, I like I said right now, I will make sure they're finished. This war of mine will go until we cannot play anymore, until we're dead. Which I don't think, we'll probably be dead quite soon. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. If you've got any questions or anything about the channel, or you want to talk about what we do or anything, put it in the comments below, or head over to unitlost.com. This is our website, and it's a forum, and it's quite active. I really need to promote it a little bit more, but it is quite active for what it is. We also have a Patreon page as well, where you can support the channel directly, and that is patreon.com/unitlost. And I'm going to leave it at that, guys. So this has been a bit of an update, a bit of a Unit Lost news network thingy, and I'll catch you later, ladies and gentlemen. Toodaloo.